Fox 16. This is a special report. Here's Mitch McCoy.
There is a major out-of-control fire at the Goldman Recycling Center. The Little Rock Fire Department briefing our crew there at the scene just a few moments ago. We're going to get an update on what was happening there in just a moment, but there is a major fire. This is video that our crew captured moments ago. I do want to bring you now to live video that is now coming into our newsroom. This is going to be a live video that we are going to bring in for you here as we continue to, well, we just lost that live picture there, but you know what, we can bring you another picture here. Let's bring you up router number 1, and you can see the major fire that continues at this hour. Explosions can be heard at the Goldman Recycling building. This has been underway for the last hour and a half now. The Little Rock Fire Department is on the scene along with numerous fire departments across the area. You see some firefighters there and the numerous lines that have been run to try and get a handle on this fire here. As we look at these live pictures, it's important to note that explosions can be heard, but I'm told that that is because of some of the plastic that is burning, along with possibly some vehicles that are also in that building as well. As we look at these live pictures here from the area, the situation has significantly improved over the course of the half hour now, because firefighters have been working around the clock here to put these flames out. But again, this is the Goldman Recycling building near Bond, and if I have my notes correct here, 14th Street, Bond and 14th. That's when this call came in for this fire that is now completely out of control. But there has been quite a few improvements too, because of the efforts that have been underway to try and get this under control. So again, this is the Goldman Recycling building. This is near Bond and 14th. The fire broke out around 5 p.m. You see the fire department there along with other first responders, the fire department along with the police department asking people to avoid the area while crews continue to try and put the flames out. Again, this is going to be live video from the scene here at 14th and Bond, where firefighters continue to try and get a handle on this situation. You see our photographer moving around. That is natural as they try and get different perspectives to what's happening. That shot freezing there just briefly as we take a look at video that came into our newsroom a few moments ago. You see the large difference in what was more than an hour ago now has unfolded to now 6:30, where the flames are not as high in the air as we look at and compare at least some of these pictures here. Again, if you're just joining us, good afternoon. I'm Mitch McCoy. We are following what's turning out to be a major breaking news story in near downtown Little Rock, near 14th and Bond, at the Goldman Recycling facility. You see the pictures there where a fire has broken out, and you see the flames. You know, we look at the smoke here, and you can see the black smoke. There's at points it's being mixed in with the white smoke, and you always hear in stories like this that it's good to see the white smoke because that means that there's nothing actively burning. In this case, you still see a significant amount of black smoke here at the Goldman Recycling building near 14th and Bond as we continue to monitor these live pictures here and we look at this area. There are several different sources that I'm monitoring here in our newsroom and what we have access to. And this is one of the best perspectives that we have at this very moment, now that we're at 6:30, to what is unfolding here at 14th and Bond. We are told that there has been some evacuations, including to the Budweiser building, which is just next door to the Goldman Recycling facility. And you can see that why, because of the massive amount of firefighter response, along with just how dangerous it is to be in this area right now. I will say that I briefly left work. I went home, and then I started seeing messages about what is that the black smoke that is in the area, and you can instantly see the black smoke from downtown Little Rock on my way in. I also saw it in downtown Little Rock as well. As I want to actually bring up one of the messages here that, and this is actually going to be from our MacBook. This again, moments right when this fire originally started breaking out, you see the black smoke there, and even at times the flames. The Clinton National Airport on the other side of that black smoke, and we are told at this moment that there are no flight interruptions at the Clinton National Airport. Certainly good news. As we go back to that live video, it's important to note that our Katrin Asaf is on the ground there at the scene of this massive fire. Katrin, catch us up to speed on what's happening out there now. We at the very last moment were able to dip into your press conference with the Little Rock Fire Department. So kind of walk us through what he just said.
Yeah, Mitch, so I'm going to try and speak as quickly as I can. I will say my phone is about to die, but what you guys need to know right now is that he said there are no injuries in this fire. That's the good news. They also say that right now it's just at the Goldman Recycling Factory. It has not spread to the Golden Eagle factory next door. So those are kind of the two things that were the big updates. We don't know the cause of the fire just yet, but they say they're still trying to get it under control. I will say it significantly has decreased in size since we first arrived at 5 o'clock. Really, they said it was just someone had just delivered a package to this location, a shipment rather. They saw the flames, they called it in. Everyone was brought out of the building who was still in there. And of course, the Golden Eagle factory was also evacuated. Right now, there are no evacuations for other people in the area or other buildings. It's really just on this property here. And they're trying to keep it away from the Budweiser factory. So that's really what the goal is right now, is just trying to get the flames under control. But the big thing, again, no injuries. We don't know the cause. And so far, everyone is out of the building. The big thing is you're just not going to be able to get on these streets if you come down in this area, which is on 15th and Rayburn Avenue. All
right, let's bring it back to the live video, Katrin. Real quick, catch us up. So Budweiser, was the Budweiser building impacted by this fire? Initial reports, we were told that it may have also caught fire.
I'm going to pan. You can see the Budweiser factory is that to the right. We were told by LRFD that it has not been impacted. You can see those blinking lights kind of to the left of that phone pole. That is a fire ladder that has fire crews on top trying to stop the flames. We were told that it has not impacted that property right at the moment. The big property is the Goldman Recycling Factory. Again, that's this where the fire is, which is a complete loss. It's caved in. It's totally on fire. But from what we have been told by fire departments and from those on scene, that building to the right here, that's the Golden Eagle factory. That right now is secure. It has not been impacted by the fire. There is the possibility that some of the trucks have been impacted by the fire, but in terms of the actual building, it looks like they might get smoke damage, but the flames have spared it for now.
Okay, as we're looking at these live pictures here, again, 14th and Bond. It broke out around 5 p.m. No injuries. That's the good news. The Budweiser facility is not on fire. It has not been impacted by this massive fire downtown, but we are being told that the Goldman Recycling facility is a complete loss. Katrin, what do we know about the fire personnel that is on the scene?
Yeah, so we've been told that there are a number of crews on scene from LRFD. Right now, I think they said it's just LRFD. They haven't called for, other stations or other departments rather to come and assist with this. It's really just LRFD, but they've called a number of trucks in, a number of providers. We've seen, if you can see here, they're all surrounding that fire hydrant. We've seen a couple of different fire hydrants that have been tapped into to try and get the water to put these flames under control. New trucks have actually just been brought in, connected to other fire hydrants. You can see that picture there as well. So right now it's just mostly LRFD and LRPD as well. They're just doing the more street closures and trying to keep things under control. And really right now it's just the one department, but they have basically all hands on deck for this massive structure fire.
All right, Katrin Asaf, I know that you have to run. Your phone is running out of juice, so we will continue to monitor your signal, and as soon as you come back up online, we will go ahead and take your picture. But again, Katrin Asaf live at 14th and Bond in Little Rock, where this fire has broken out. Katrin, thank you for your time.
Mitch, thank you.
Appreciate it. So we're going to continue to monitor some of these live pictures that continue to come in. And for our folks who are also monitoring this in the newsroom, please let me know if there's a different signal that we can take, as well as I think we're going to have to probably break away from this live picture as well. But if we get word of another signal or picture that we can take, that would be greatly appreciated. I want to bring in some video that also is coming in, and this is actually from Katrin Asaf, who is on the ground there. You can see this is at the first initial moment that this fire started breaking out, because you can see the difference in fire personnel. You see some of the that one line that yellow hose that's being run. There are now numerous yellow hoses there running from the fire hydrant to some of these hoses that's trying to put the flames out. So again, this is video from moments ago, but when you look at this live video, again, this is live video, you see those two hoses being run. You see numerous additional fire personnel there on the scene as well of this significant fire that is at the Goldman Recycling Facility. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Goldman Recycling Facility. The update we just got from the Little Rock Fire Department, there are no injuries, and this has not affected the Budweiser facility. The Budweiser facility is not on fire. There have been some reports of that, but the Little Rock Fire Department clearing that up for us. Again, Budweiser facility not impacted here. We are being told that the Goldman Recycling Facility, that the building itself has caved in. And so at this point, you now just have pieces, debris from that collapse, and you now have this fire. Again, look at the smoke to this. When you look at the black smoke, that means that there's things actively burning in it. At one point, we started seeing a little bit of white, but that has quickly faded away, and we are now back to that black smoke, which means that the Little Rock Fire Department still has a significant amount of work to do to try and get the fire here under control. As we continue to monitor this, we will try and bring you updates during this feed. I do want to check in with our folks that are joining us across all of our social media platforms right now, as we're live on Facebook and KARK.com and Fox16.com. It's worth noting that our 6 p.m. newscast on Channel 4 just ended, so those who have decided to come over to our digital platforms to join our coverage, welcome along as we continue to watch the progress here at 14th and Bond. Looking at some of the comments coming in right now on our Facebook page, we're looking at one of the comments, Kelly, saying the firefighters are working around the clock for the last hour, risking their lives to stop this fire. And you're absolutely right. When you look at the number of firefighters that are on the scene, it is they are all risking their lives to try and put the flames out. Brenda pointing out that this is by the Little Rock Airport, and Brenda, you are absolutely correct. Really just probably less than a mile, if that, from the Clinton National Airport. And I actually want to bring in a live picture here from one of our, this is actually the RDOT camera. The RDOT camera here, you can see this has actually improved significantly as well, because earlier on we saw the black smoke going over the interstate, lingering down, and you can see that things have started to improve here at this RDOT camera, which is good news. So you can see that traffic is not being impacted here on the interstate, but there is still a lot of work to do here at 14th and Bond, where the Goldman Recycling Facility is on fire. Also want to point out there are a couple things that we need to point out here, and I'm getting notes in from our newsroom from that press conference that was underway. We missed it at the very end when we went live. The Little Rock Fire Department telling us that they will have numerous fire crews on the scene here throughout the night, possibly even in the overnight hours, because of how dangerous of a situation this is. Of course, when there's flames, the Little Rock Fire Department's going to be there, so they will be there through the night. And of course, the other concern here is to make sure that there are no hot spots. And so once there's no flames visible, the effort will be, what can we do to make sure that the hot spots are completely out, that we will not have a fire engulf again. So it's important to point out the fact that this is not just going to be a few hour long deal. This is going to be something that goes on even into tomorrow morning. Little Rock Fire Department also telling us that there are no residential evacuations from this fire. Good news there. People who live in this area are going to be able to stay home. Let's go back to that video that came in moments ago. Again, this is right when that fire originally started breaking out at 14th and Bond. Again, this was around 5 p.m. that this situation started unfolding, and you can see the massive flames there and the thick black smoke that is going into the air, and so you can see that the entire smoke there almost taking up the entire picture at times. I want to get to, this is actually a tweet coming in from the Little Rock Police Department, and they have actually outlined a map of areas for people to avoid. So if, as we look at this map here, and we're going to have to go in, I'm going to have to make a little bit of an adjustment here. Stick with me. I want to make sure that we can zoom in here on this area as we, all right, there we go. All right, so the Little Rock Police Department just tweeted this within the last half hour. They have outlined a red box. Anyone inside that red box is asked to avoid 14th and Bond. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. Little Rock Police Department asking you not to go inside this red box. They say that this is an active fire that's underway, numerous firefighters in the area. You are asked to avoid going inside that red box. That area is completely shut down, and you are asked to avoid the area so the Little Rock Fire Department can do everything they can to try and get this fire under control. Again, if you're just joining us, this was a fire that broke out around 5 p.m. in the area of Bond and 14th Street. This is at the Goldman Recycling Facility, and you are asked to avoid the area in the red box. So if you're driving in the area, you are asked to get out of the area because of the large amount of fire personnel that is deployed in this area. And the other thing that you have to think about is the when you look at the response to this, it's not just the fire trucks that are down there, it's not just the firefighters that are down there, but their hoses are down there as well. And so one of the concerns, and I've been at numerous fires, one of the concerns, especially for the fire department, is vehicles driving over their fire hoses. You are asked not to do that. It actually damages the fire hose. So you're asked not to do that, which is probably why at this point you have such a large perimeter set up for people to avoid the area because of the numerous fire hoses that are being deployed in the area of 14th and Bond here at the Goldman Recycling Facility. Again, this video coming in a few moments ago as firefighters were just arriving on the scene. And when you look at this video, I'm going to pause it here. Look on the far right-hand corner of your screen. You can see the water shooting onto those flames. And that means that you have numerous lines being run from the fire department to try and get a handle on this fire. And so when you look at that, you know there's numerous resources that have been deployed to this area. I do want to, again, point out for folks that are just tuning in here, maybe you're scrolling through Facebook or you just got that mobile phone app alert on your phone. The Clinton National Airport is open. At last check, this is not impacting any flights in the area because of the proximity to how close the Clinton National Airport is. That it was a major concern for some folks that were trying to get out of Little Rock's airport or potentially fly in to the airport itself. So we are being told by officials at the Clinton National Airport operations are normal, things are normal to whatever extent is possible, given the fact that you have this situation unfolding at the Goldman recycling facility. Seeing some comments on Facebook, people wondering maybe what caused this. We just don't know yet. This fire started, the report started coming in around 5 p.m. Tonight, and so at this point it is just too soon to know what caused this fire to break out around 5 p.m. near 14th and Bond. Again, this is going to be at the Goldman recycling facility. No injuries have been reported. That is the good news here. No injuries. The Budweiser facility not impacted by this fire, but we are being told that the Goldman recycling facility is a complete loss. Katrin Asaf telling us a few moments ago that the building has caved in. We are monitoring also the RDOT cameras as we take a live look here. This is going to be 440, I believe, and this is going to be at one point we saw smoke. Now where the sun is setting, ironically, and so you can see that smoke does not appear to be drifting as far back onto the interstate as what it once was. Again, if you're just joining us as we begin to wrap up here, I just want to recap what we know at this point. What we know is that around 5 p.m. tonight, the Little Rock Fire Department started getting phone calls about a fire at the Goldman recycling facility in the area of 14th and Bond. And when firefighters got on scene, they saw this. Numerous firefighters are on the scene of this massive fire as crews deploy to the area. We're being told that no injuries, that's good, no injuries are being reported from this fire, but this is going to be an all-night effort as the Little Rock Fire Department not only tries to extinguish the flames, but the goal is to keep them out. That is the next task here, as they can try to limit hotspots from flaring back up. But again, the Budweiser facility not on fire. As we take another picture here, I want to make sure people are aware. The Little Rock Fire Department telling us this is the area people need to avoid because there are numerous firefighters in the area, along with the fire hoses that have been deployed. They don't want their equipment damaged as they try and put out this massive fire. We have Katrin Asaf there at the Goldman recycling facility as it continues to burn tonight. We'll have another live report coming up on Fox 16 News at 9, KARK4 News at 10. If any major developments come out tonight, we'll send it straight to your phone. Now is the time to download the KARK4 and the Fox 16 smartphone app. We'll send those alerts straight to your phone. I'm Mitch McCoy. This has been a special report. Have a good rest of your night.